Chair will entertain, if you will look down the agenda, Chair will entertain a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
So moved. Second.
All right, we have a motion, and Nancy is the second. Any questions or comments? Those in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed to the motion indicate by saying nay. The ayes have it, that motion is approved. As we move into budget requests for 2020, let me make a couple of comments. Anytime someone has a comment, we want to recognize you as you speak to these items. I want to compliment the 12 jurors for years past. We are facing a very difficult year this year. However, we have worked long and hard in years past to put ourselves in a position to be able to face this year and to move forward. I think I can say we're going to live within our budget. We're going to work together as a team, and we're going to see that this works, and we are not going to go back to our public and ask for more money or ask for an additional tax. We are going to make it work together, working together. Moving to item number 4, budget request for 2020. We will begin with the general fund A. Let's go to number 1, Lincoln Total Community Action.
We are here. Good evening. Thank you all once again for allowing us to come and visit with you tonight and allowing us to make another request. We thank you for your past support, and we hope that we can bank on you and count on you to continue with us. I have with me Mrs. Pamela Harris, who is our Head Start Director. And as you know, Head Start is the main program that we're focusing on right now. And we've moved into a new facility, and that is donated to us by the Lincoln Parish School Board. And it is a nice facility, but I can tell you, there are things that's popping up every day that we don't see. And we don't have funds budgeted in our budget for. Just this week, school just started on the 19th. We've had about 7 air conditioners to go out. We've had to have extensive plumbing work where they had to go into the concrete, bust it up and clear it up, because it is an older building. In our kitchen, we've had over the weekend, somehow a bird got into the transformer, which blew, and then it affected our freezers, our dishwasher, so we're having to have work done on that. It is, like Ms. Smith said, we are grateful for the facility and to have a place for our children, but it is an older facility, which means that it will work well when there were only 30 children in there. But when you put 225 and constant pressure on an older system, you're gonna have a lot of breaks and problems that's gonna pop up. And that's what we're facing now, trying to get some of the infrastructure, things you don't see. We have in the restroom the commodes and da-da-da-da, but there are piping problems that building is 60 whatever years old. So it's going to break and have problems. It's like making a quilt. You use old and new fabric and you put them together, something's gonna tear. And so that's what we're looking at now, trying to keep up with the repairs. Now we're in the hot part where air conditioners are a major issue for us, but then when we switch over to heat, we will probably still have more problems. So we're just trying to get the older facility up and running on the regular.
Thank you all. Thank you for your request.
Thank you. And thank you all.
All right, Bayou Lake Darbone Committee. Oh, I'm sorry, any comments or questions from anybody? Okay. Bayou Lake Darbone Commission. Okay, their request is the same as it has been in years past. The next item is the Sparta Groundwater Commission.
Lindsay couldn't make it, but I'm subbing
Okay.
for Lindsay, and since I'm your representative on the Sparta Commission, the request is the same as it was last year. Just a little background, you know, over the years, the information that we've had about the usage has gone up and down, and people have talked about it's close to sustainable. The last information that the USGS put out was we're back up to 60 million gallons a day, 52 to 55 sustainable. So it's coming back up, and some of that's good because some of that is some industry that is expanding. The problem is that data is 2015. USGS data is almost 5 years old. The Sparta Commission is working to try to get some updated data so that we'll know exactly what we're working for. So I'll keep you posted on that as we go through it, but the request is same as last year, $2,500.
All right. Thank you very much for your service on that commission.
Any questions?
All right, any questions about, okay. Department of Veterans Affairs, their request is the same as it was last year. Any questions or comments on that? Now, they don't open their doors every day, do they? I've had several veterans speak about having a hard time catching up with them.
They have a hard time keeping somebody employed or
Okay.
doing service over there. I think they're open 3 days a week. you know,
Mornings?
Yeah, basically half days.
And that's such a critical service
It's a lot of turnover in
to our veterans. All right, next item, Council on Aging. Request is the same as last year.
Good afternoon.
Ah,
Our request is the same. My name is Michelle Wright, I'm Service Director of the Lincoln Council on Aging. All of you, I think, know who I am and the service we provide for persons age 60 and older. And the main service that everyone knows as is the Meals on Wheels program. The funding is, we're requesting the same, but this year we're gonna be using it on our transportation other than our meals program.
all right, well, thank you very much. We appreciate your being here this evening. Any questions or comments? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, IT Department?
President.
Good evening. Hello.
My name's Trace Calloway. I'm the IT manager for Lincoln Parish. I'm here representing IT and GIS tonight. As you know, Jackson Matthews in the GIS department do a great job of keeping up with all of our building permits, 911 addressing, as well as all the GIS mapping. I believe their technology in the GIS mapping area rivals anybody else in the state, quite honestly. And of course, Jackson and crew was very instrumental during the tornado, doing mapping at the Emergency Operations Center and that sort of thing. And of course, me and Brent Kimmer, we make up the IT department. We're trying to do everything we can to keep the systems running smoothly and keep us protected from the cyber bad guys out there. That keeps us busy all the time. So appreciate y'all's support in the past, and we're recommending the same amount this year.
And you all do a terrific job, both of you. Thank y'all very
Good
much.
question.
All right, that's IT and that's also GIS. Any questions about any of those?
Just a general question. You all monitor all the parish entities?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. We're both under a cooperative endeavor agreement, GIS and IT, so all entities, most every entity contributes the same amount into our
Yeah.
budget.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Anything else?
thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Juvenile Assistance Program. All right, their request is the same as it has been in years past. Any questions or comments?
Yes, we'll take care of that. Good evening. First of all, Judge Robinson is here. Judge Hampton could not be here. He is across the street and will be there till dark and trying to help get the detention center a little, give them a little breathing space over there. On the juvenile assistance program, I've talked to Holly and I know Courtney's aware of it. We are withdrawing our request for any funding for Rick Emerson. His program has just changed, and we're just not supporting that anymore, and we feel like it has just not been of any benefit to the court system, and we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
And there's some more reasons that Holly and Courtney are aware of, and if you want to get into more detail, but we're withdrawing our request. And would not, and in fact, they've asked that it not be funded effective immediately.
That's the total, 15,780.
Union Parish and the city chip in some money that helps fund the total thing, and I don't know,
That's just that's the police church portion.
yeah, that's just a police district.
All right, what about third judicial?
That would be us too.
Yeah.
And first of all, we want to thank y'all for all the support you provide. Tracy, he's left, but, here's Tracy, I went right on. Tracy and Brent, they are very responsive to our needs and take really good care of us, and we appreciate all that they do. And everything else the police jury does, we are asking that you continue to fund our court reporters as you have in the past, and provide them with their salaries and any benefits. And if there's a cost of living increase that the other parish employees, maybe not this year in light of some things, but if there is a cost of living raise for the other parish employees, we'd ask that y'all take care of the court reporters at the same time. Two other items I want to thank y'all in particular for are, number one, the new security system. I don't think we've had a chance to thank y'all, and that has been long overdue, and we appreciate what Kip has done to help get that implemented, and of course the sheriff has cooperated to make that happen, and we hope that that can continue. It gives us a little bit more peace of mind, knowing that the main courthouse has some security. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was, and we continue to work on that with Kip. And last but not least, Jerry is not here, but we want to thank Jerry for helping kind of spruce up the annex. The floors and the carpet were long overdue to get some attention, and it certainly looks better. I don't think it's quite finished, but it does look much better than it has in the past. And thank y'all for that. It just makes all of us feel like we're in a little nicer facility. And Judge Robinson, did you have anything you'd like to add to?
Just want to thank y'all again for what you've done in the past, and just ask that you continue to do that. But other than that, I think Judge Rogers covered pretty much everything.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
All right, questions, comments?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Louisiana Cooperative Extension Service, their request is, what it was last year. Any questions about that? Anyone here?
Present.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Good evening, everyone. I am Amanda Simmons with the LSU Ag Center. I'm the 4-H Youth Development Agent with the Ag Center. I am standing in for Mr. Gary Stockton this evening. He is actually presenting a Master Gardeners program this evening, so he couldn't be here. Just a quick overview. He is our Ag and Natural Resources Agent and affairs chairperson. He specializes in horticulture and manages the Master Gardener as well as the livestock program and our shooting sports program, which is growing exponentially. Master Gardeners recently established the pollination garden that's at the corner of Georgia and Vienna. Kathy Judd is our FCS agent, consumer science agent, focusing on nutrition. She manages the Healthy Beginnings, the Healthy Communities, and also has school gardens in 5 schools in the parish that she works with. I'm the 4-H Youth Development Agent, and with 4-H, Lincoln Parish 4-H had right at 700 youth enrolled this past school year, and we look for that to increase this year with some new programs. I conduct club meetings at 16 school clubs in the parish. We also are starting a homeschool club this year as well. We also have a 4-H team leadership club that I meet with outside of schools that we focus on leadership and service opportunities. As far as service opportunities, for example, our parish 4-H members raised over $1,200 for St. Jude last year, and our kids were on the radio when they presented that, and that was a really great event for them to participate in. We took 70 youth to 4-H summer camp this past summer. We hold holiday workshops and babysitting workshops to kind of give our youth some entrepreneurial experience, and they gain a sense of belonging, mastery, independence, and generosity through our programs. We took 20 teams to state competition this past summer in Baton Rouge, and we had 5 blue ribbon. We had 1 state winner, which was awesome, and all of our teams and our blue ribbon winners were in the top 5 in the state, and so we're very thankful for that. We have youth involved in 4-H on the regional, state, and national level. We are not just parish bound, so we get our parish name out there, even to the national level. If you heard about the Louisiana shooting sports team that won the national competition, we had 3 members on that team from Lincoln Parish, and so we're very proud of that. So we're here to just ask for you to continue to support us. We're asking for the same amount as previous year so that we can continue to provide quality research-based programs to positively impact the lives of our residents and clients here in the parish. And we thank you for your support thus far and really appreciate it very, very much, and we just ask for you to maintain that.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Questions?
Any questions or for me?
Comments, anybody? Okay, moving to the Lincoln Parish Clerk report. Their request is the same as has been in recent years. Any questions about that? Okay, Lincoln Parish Registrar of Voters. Thank you all for coming tonight.
Funding us. Good to see all of you again. Pardon my cough drop in my mouth, but we appreciate all that y'all have done for us, especially the new postage machine that was purchased last year. It has really come in handy because we are getting more and more requests for absentee by mail ballots, and we just mailed out the bulk of all the ballots so people can start looking for them in the mail soon who are on the program. And my budget is about the same as it was last year, and I try to maintain as low a budget as I can. But as you know, next year is a presidential election.
Sure.
And we have more expenses. But I think we can work within this budget to get all that done. And if we're required to buy new computers, which you just bought some, the state will provide them because we're not capable of supporting Windows 10. And as of January 1st, Windows 10 is going to be the primary Windows. It won't be supported with Windows 7 anymore after January the 1st. So I appreciate everything. Do you have any questions?
I have a quick question that doesn't have to do with the budget.
Oh.
Early voting.
Yes.
Some confusion on the date. Do you have a date?
It's September 28th is
Okay.
the Saturday that it began. We don't vote on Sunday, but then it will continue the next week through that Saturday. And this is not a federal election, so the third Saturday is the election day, where people go to the precincts and vote. And we are going to have the doors downstairs open with the security guard down there. We won't have the scanning machines, but I requested that because I feel like our early voting would be decreased if we made them go through the scanning and have to go downstairs. And then we have people in wheelchairs and that need assistance. So they agreed to that, and y'all agreed to that. You might not have known it, but you did. Do you have any other questions?
Thank you all very much for coming.
Thank you.
The early is primary October the twelfth?
Mhm.
That's the second Saturday, that's not the third Saturday.
Yes, it's the third Saturday.
There'll be two Saturdays involved in voting, prior to the primary. I got confused, you said third Saturday, and I thought if the fifth is the first Saturday, the twelfth is the second Saturday.
When the election is on a Saturday, we work 3 Saturdays in a row.
I'm confused, cause
She's saying,
I'm thinking September.
Okay.
I thought you meant the third Saturday in October. Don't scare me like that.
All right, thank you very much. Is that all
thank
the
you all
questions?
for coming. Lincoln Parish Coroner, the request is the same as last year. Any questions about that? Comments? All right. Lincoln Parish District Attorney's Office.
Good evening. We are asking not only for the same amount that we asked for last year, but this goes back to the same amount at least since 2013. The expenses associated with operating the office have increased over the last 6 years, but Mr. Belton has elected to pay the increase out of other available revenues instead of asking y'all for more money.
Thank you.
So this is the same thing we've asked for at least since 2013. Thank y'all.
All right. Very good. Then our last request under this category is Trailblazer. Same request as we funded last year. Any questions? All right. All right, we move down to, those are general fund items. We move down to, other than general fund, Lincoln, Keep Lincoln Parish Beautiful.
Good evening. I'll speak briefly to that organization. Thank y'all for the opportunity. Over 2019, we've continued our efforts on our education campaign to encourage our community and our kiddos coming up to maintain clean and healthy lifestyles, as well as talking about the recycling programs as the city of Ruston and Lincoln Parish as a whole has really worked to implement. That is a program that we look to continue and expand as we've talked over the last few years in 2020. We also conducted a community recycling event where we brought in recycled goods. That was a huge success. A couple of weeks later, we participated in an unscheduled community cleanup thanks to the April tornadoes. It is exciting to briefly touch on, we are working on an event that will take place later this year to hopefully bring back some of the beauty that we lost in April. And there will be more coming to that, hopefully in the next month or so. But we are requesting the same amount as we have in previous years. We appreciate your support and continued guidance and direction within the community to maintain a beautiful and healthy space.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming this evening.
Yes, sir.
Questions? Comments? All right, we move down to Four Paws. Their request last year, let's see, year before last was 12, then we went to 24, and this year I think the request is 36.
Thank you so much for the increase you gave us last year. I'd like to share some of the things that have happened since then. We were able to hire a shelter manager with 6 years vet tech experience. When we get dogs in, they are in dire need of medical help. Having her with her experience, the usual cost of providing services to intake is $200. With her, it is now $50. She can do the heartworm testing. She can do all of the things that we were paying to have veterinarians do. So we thank you so much. I wanted to share with you some of the improvements that we've made. We'd love for you to come see them. We have electricity. So we have fans and we have misters and we have heaters. Miss Kathy Tate made those heaters. She is our maintenance supervisor and she's great. We've added electricity. The wet winter, all of our topsoil went away. And we were tripping and falling and there were roots and everything, so we added concrete. And it's really nice. We have cameras, hidden cameras, in an effort to stop the dumping. Our truck had 300,000 miles and it died. And a donor sold us a really good truck for $1,500, and it was worth about $5,000. We graded and gravelled the driveway, Kathy again. We built 3 large new kennels. I'm telling you all this because I want you to see how much we're doing and how much we have improved. Because last year at this time, I was telling you we were close to closing. We are not going to close, I hope. Now, income sustainability, that's the elephant in the room. We have done some wonderful things this year to increase that. We have kennel sponsorships. This is a really great program where people, a business or an individual donates to a kennel. We got 20 kennels. They donate $50 a month. So with 20 kennels, that's a good bit of revenue. So far, last year we had $13,000 from just the kennel sponsorship. Then we have something called ACH, where you can automatically deposit in our account from your account. And that's, it brings us around $500 a month right now, but we're going to increase that. We have a new website, and this is so important because you can go to that and push a button. There's your ACH form. There's your kennel sponsorship form. All of the things that we need help with are there on the web, and that's brand new as of a few weeks ago. We have donation boxes all over town, and that runs in around 2,000 a year. We are increasing those boxes. We're going to put more out. We have fundraisers. We're having a 5K canine run in October, and then the first annual Witches Ride, and I will be riding my bike in it with my witches hat. And that's for someone started that, and they're doing it for 4 Paws. We have Take a Dog for a Day. Students love us. They come and they pay $5 to take a dog, and that generates revenue. So this year we were fortunate to receive $25,000 that we did not count on, and it was from foundations. I'm not at liberty to discuss, but that's just to show you that we have a large support group. And so $25,000 was really helpful. So that's what we did with all this stuff. And then there's something called Spots for Spot. It's sort of like eBay, and you can buy products, you can buy your numbers. Anyway, they paid for a $1,000 surgery last week for Marty, who got her leg amputated. This week they are paying for 3 spay neuters and 12 Pro Heart shots. We are now giving heartworm shots, the 6-month shots. So when you adopt, they're covered for heartworms, which is a big killer. I did mention our new website. We have Friends of 4 Paws. We've just started it, and this is a way to reach the people so that they can know what we need, and we've got over 100 members after 2 weeks. Now for 2020, we would like to make a public dog park. We have the land, we own the land, and we see this as a source of revenue for us. I can easily see 1,000 people from this parish joining it. There would be a small fee, maybe $20 a year, and we, like I said, we have the land. We do need help in clearing it and in fencing it, but we have so many supporters. We're not asking for that, but I'm trying to show you what we are doing. The biggest portion in the budget is the pay. We do have a full-time shelter manager, and then we have 2 part-times. Last year, we were paying $7,000 for professional services for full-time people. I mean, our workers. This year, it's $25,000. That is why we're asking for the extra $1,000. And we thank you so much, because as I said, last year, we thought we were gonna close the gates, and we are now housing 60+ dogs. Before that was 45. We are maintaining, we're providing excellent care. If we can just get, and I know that's a lot to ask, I do. If we can get that, then we can keep our employees, and it's freed us up to start all these new programs. Do y'all have any questions?
Did you say that you was asking for an extra 1,000?
Yes, ma'am.
12,000.
But on here it says 12.
12 a month. That's a month.
Okay, okay.
Now, we were getting $2,000 a month, and we're asking for 3. That's to cover our paid help, which has made a huge difference for us. It's been great. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thanks for what you all do. Okay, questions? Any other comments or, okay. North Delta Human Services Authority.
Hello.
Hello.
Let me first thank you all for supporting our agency over the years. I've been with Northeast Delta Human Services Authority since 2016. And so in that time, each year you guys have supported our request. We are making the same requests as we have at least the past 3 years that I've been here. Basically it's to support the services that we provide in this area. And I would like to start by introducing our new clinic manager. Last year, Ms. Sherman Wakil was the clinic manager, but now Ms. Jillian Barnes has joined our agency. Although she's from Boston, she is a graduate of Tech, so she's very familiar with the area. She's very familiar with the area and is excited about helping this community. So we're just excited to have Jillian with us. She is a licensed professional counselor, has been practicing for over 6 years now. And she's just doing great things for our clinic, so we're welcoming her. But as I mentioned, we are requesting the same amount from last year. Last year we were able to provide crisis intervention training for, I believe, about 42 first responders from the area. 7 of those were from the Union Parish Sheriff's Office, 8 from Lincoln Parish, and 4 from the Ruston Police Department, and 1 from the Ruston Fire Department. So we had an excellent turnout there. This year we're actually looking at piloting a program in Lincoln Parish that it's working with attorney, if any of you all know her, attorney Kia Baldwin Richardson. We're asking her, and we're gonna contract with her to kind of assist with some of our clients that have mental illnesses and have a conviction, to try to get those kind of cleaned up for them, especially if the conviction is due to a crime that they committed while they were having an episode. So that's kind of what we're looking at doing this year, specific in this area. But our agency as a whole is growing. We're looking to expand, and especially with Jillian, now we're looking to expanding our footprint in this area, and in addition to just the work that we're doing in all 12 parishes that we support. So, yes, sir?
Where's the closest office you have to here?
It's 602 East Georgia. It's right beside Wood Marine, right across from the Family Dollar.
Do you have a office?
Yes. I'm there every day.
Are y'all doing, this is just adult,
We do substance abuse and mental health, but we do it all the way down to age 6.
but you don't do anything for, children with disabilities?
We have office of, we actually had under our umbrella, we have the Office of Citizens with Disability, OCDD, is also part of Northeast Delta. And so, yes, we do. We have services that we offer that we can connect them with there. But we do all the way down to 6 years old. And then I'm actually starting a program right now in Monroe that I'm gonna bring to the Ruston Clinic, where we're gonna work with children and their parents from 2.5 all the way to 7 who have behavior disorders, in order to possibly cut down on some of the medication that doctors are giving out at such a young age. So we're gonna start doing that as well.
The group that's in Monroe,
Mm-hmm.
are y'all
We're all
interconnected?
So, yes,
But-
so our
yeah.
agency, so Northeast Delta as a whole, we have 6 clinics throughout the 12 parishes. So we have our main clinic, which most people know of, in Monroe on South Grand, the Monroe Mental Health Clinic. But then we have a clinic here, Tallulah, Winsboro, Bastrop,
Columbia.
and Columbia.
And then under that umbrella, there's also the Office of Citizens with Disabilities.
Good. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. on one of your forms it says North Delta, but on the.
It's northeast,
Primary,
yeah.
primary one, it says Northeast Delta. So
Mhm. But we also
sure.
go by Ruston Behavioral Health Clinic.
Okay.
That's what, yeah, but it's northeast Delta, is the
Great.
broader scope.
Thank you, folks.
Thank
for being
you.
here. Okay, questions or comments? Item, number 4, under other funds, Lincoln Parish Health Unit.
Hi, I am Suzanne Blackwelder. I'm representing Jeff Toms. He's our Assistant Regional Manager. He's at a meeting in Zachary. But first of all, I want to thank you for all you do for the Lincoln Parish Health Unit. Just to kind of give you an idea of what all we do. We have one nurse practitioner that comes twice a month. Twice a week. She does birth control. We have 3 registered nurses, 1 nurse supervisor. We have 1 health educator that does the WIC. We've also just upgraded our WIC from the vouchers to the EBT cards. We have 2 sanitarians, a sanitarian supervisor. We have 2 clerks, a part-time clerk for the West Staff Agency, and a state clerk that is a supervisor. We also have 2 Medicaid employees who use offices in the building. And we see roughly between 700 and 750 patients a month. But we appreciate everything you do, and we.
Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Mr. West. Any questions that anyone might have? All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, let me say that we are going to do the very best we can do to fund the requests that have been made. However, I think it's important to note that our budget has been reduced by a figure of approximately $1 million. Our first priority are those items which we are by law required to fund. And we will work on those first, and then we're going to do everything we can, as long as we stay within our financial budget to fund what we can. And any comments that any of you all might have to your jurors, feel free to, and then the decision will be made by these 12 jurors. Are there any questions? All right.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do you have a list of agencies or whatever that you are required to fund?
We can get that for you, yes.
I'd be interested to
Yeah.
see
We
what
have.
that is. Great. Thank you.
I'd like
All
to
right.
support Skip on his statement. Hitting our general fund with, I believe it was 36% is what our general fund has been hit by. Pardon? It's 39? Was it 36 or 37? Anyway, it's a big number. I wanted to say less because I knew it was at least 36. But this is going to be a tough pill for all of us to swallow. This is not very fun for any of us to have to do this. But we are mandated to have a balanced budget. So keep that in mind.
I agree with you, Jody. I hope that all of the ones that we do fund will understand and accept our decisions, you know, if we should have to make adjustments, because, this is gonna be a tough time through the end of the year, or, 2020. So we have to make the decisions, what's gonna be best for the parish as a whole.
Mr. Ross, can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Ms. Lowry, based on where we are with the severance figure today, what's that number, and at what point in time, if things continue at their current pace, do you expect us to be back in the positive on the severance numbers?
In August, the state collected $1.4 million worth of severance taxes associated with oil and gas, leaving us still in a negative position of approximately $20 million. At the rate that we're collecting severance tax, I would estimate it'll be early 2021 before that negative turns positive and we start.
Wow. Yes.
So
Unless something changes.
Unless something changes in the landscape. That's an assumption that no legislative changes are made and that oil production continues at the same level that it has been and does not decrease
or increase.
Now, you're referring to turning from red to black, right? You're not
Yes.
referring to making back up to our $1.something million
Right,
dollar.
until we go from red to black, we won't be getting
Right.
anything, so once we go from red to
Right,
black,
so-
then the collections would start contributing to that, towards that
Right.
million.
I didn't want anybody to think that it was gonna all of a sudden flip and we were gonna start getting our $1 million back every year. That's where we start making a penny.
That's right.
Okay? Everybody understand?
Say that again, Joey.
You wanna explain it?
No, I understood what she said. Tell me the last one what you said. That's where we.
That's the point where we start to make a penny on the $1 million,
Positive.
positive on the $1 million that we lost,
Okay.
that we're losing every year.
Pennies.
That's
Well,
where it
positive, you
turns
start
from red to.
First penny.
The first penny. So, I don't want anybody to think that's the point where we get back our $1 million savings.
But you're not gonna get.
What he's saying is, we lost $1 million in 2019, we're gonna lose another $1 million in 2020, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be sometime in 2021 before it ever starts turning positive.
But it's not gonna be $1 million.
It won't be $1 million, it
No,
may
you won't,
be
yeah.
$10,000.
Yeah.
So,
We don't know that.
we don't know that figure, that's the big unknown. So I don't want anybody to think that that's gonna be fixed. It may take 1 year, it may take 10 years, we don't know to get back to a stable ground.
Now,
And that's where the resolution you guys passed last month about getting the legislators to look at the issue becomes so critical because they can change the legislation
almost
to
immediately.
help us as well.
Now, we didn't put any money in the capital courthouse fund this year, and we had to take $500,000 out of the general fund.
We took $489,000 out of the general fund that would normally be transferred to the courthouse capital. And that was the budget amendment we did last month.
So,
So it leaves you
next
short.
year, would you take out the same 500,000, or if you discontinued all contributions?
We'd have to take it off. We'd have to take the whole thing.
Next year, you would not be making contributions to courthouse
At
capital
all.
unless there's a surplus in the general fund.
But
Next year,
given
we'd
the
never say.
projections, if everything stayed flat, would we have to take out another $500-something thousand out of the general fund balance? Or would we take out the full $1 million?
Those are the assumptions we have to use going forward without getting an indication that we're going to start receiving that,
Yeah.
you know, post legislation.
But that's what I'm saying.
In order-
If
in
we're
order-
making those assumptions,
If you're wanting a net zero budget, meaning your revenues equal your expenditures for the general fund for 2020, you would need to take approximately $550,000 out of what we had budgeted for this year after we did the amendments. Because that $1 million includes the surplus that generally is transferred to courthouse capital.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Anybody from the group want to say anything? All right. Let's make one point very clear. These dollars are not our dollars. They are taxpayers' dollars that we are charged with responsibility to manage. It is important that we handle that money very frugally. That's taxpayer dollars, and we're not going back asking for more tax dollars. All right. Seeing that you have no more comments, we will adjourn.